Hey, it's Roland again. There's far too much unchecked rage in my life. The other day I was playing Monsters, Inc. for the Game Boy Color and thought it was okay. So, I'm recentering myself. Much better. I feel at one with my spirit and its place in the universe. Ow. Must have gotten too close to spiritually ascending. I've been sent a test of my patience.
Wasn't me.
Well, maybe this is just a good excuse for me to take a break. Nicktoons Winners' Cup Racing. I'm sure the history of this is terribly interesting.
You remember Nicktoons Racing, right? Good game. Not perfect, but a real nice treat for the young early 2000s Nickelodeon fan. I'd say it's the perfect groundwork for a series of games. Release one every 5 or so years, highlighting the shows on Nickelodeon at the time of release, build on the base mechanics, polish them, maybe experiment a bit. Not a too bad contribution to humanity. Of course they didn't do that. Most of you have a passing fancy with the Nicktoons Racing series, if you can even call it that. Probably know the original. Definitely know the 2 newer games that came out, but the pit stop in between the 2 isn't one people like to think about. Nicktoons Winners' Cup Racing. What a title. Released in 2006 exclusively for the PC, this game certainly had to have some potential. You already have a game to go off of, it's not like you have to start from scratch. Hell, you could have just re-released the original game with new characters and tracks and people would have loved it. And the cover seems promising. I have a distinct memory of seeing a copy of this game at Sam's Club when I was very young. I didn't pick it up, of course, because I wasn't ready to be the type of person who buys video games at Sam's Club, but I thought it was neat that there was a new version of the game I liked that now featured Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, and Vlad. So when I found it on eBay recently for a crisp $5, I just couldn't stop myself. Take a look at this box, though. Who knew being wasteful could be so classy? I would say I miss the days where people felt the inhuman desire to make these big, bulky boxes for PC games, but it feels unethical. In the old days, they'd be more likely to have some bigger manuals or art or other stuff inside to justify the waste of shelf space, but look at this. That's all there is. I will say I do like it when they have these little false covers that open up and give you more info on the game. I think that's actually pretty clever. Nicktoons Racers, start your engines. Vroom. Hit the gas. Ready, set, go. Smash Zone. Smash Zone? It's a supercharged sprint to the finish. They're in cars. All right, enough bullying. Put the disky into the gallbladder. All right, let's install this baby.
Well, that ain't good.
This disk aggressively does not want to work on my computer. But what does it know? I forced it to install anyway. Show me what I've been missing all my life, baby. All right, Nick Games, THQ, I'm with you so far. Oh. I guess somebody just made a donation. Here we go, Nicktoons Winners' Cup Racing. Let's start.
Oh dear, I was afraid this would happen. You see, when you try to run old games on newer hardware,
Okay. She sounds like a dying animal, but the old girl still got some kick in her. Let's let her try. So the game works. I mean, it depends on how you define working, but it's chugging along. It just takes a stinking long time to process any input. Now, we must accommodate our elders. You ain't gonna pick on the old lady who's taking too long to order at Subway, are ya? We'll give her all the time she needs. So, are you guys into reading or anything?
Click on a character.
Oh, I would if I could, buddy. Oh, here we go. Alrighty, we got 4 characters from the get-go. SpongeBob, Jimmy, Danny, and Timmy, and 4 unlockable characters. God only knows who they could be.
Let me guess. Okay, it's gotta be Plankton, Shane, Olive Oil, and Alabama Senator Richard Shelby. I just got an eye for these kind of things.
Well, I don't really feel like being SpongeBob, so let me try. Oh, she's thinking.
Jimmy Neutron.
Hi, Jimmy. You look like a rat. I don't want you. Oh, come on. You're having this much trouble loading these character models?
Danny Phantom, but you can call me Danny.
I won't, though. Why are you holding the steering wheel like that?
This hurts.
Sorry, y'all, but I gotta go with Timmy. Even though it'll take a year to get to him.
Hi, I'm Timmy Turner.
Thank you. All right, let's boogie. I had a feeling that would happen. Okay, Amity Park. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. No, that's fine. Take your time. No, I'm not frustrated. This is a wonderful exercise in patience. I should take this opportunity to rest my mind and be at one with my own thoughts. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about the standard we hold video games to. It makes a lot of sense when I'm playing the latest AAA title to take time and think about how the entire composition serves the experience of the gameplay, but for something like Nicktoons Racing on the Game Boy, it feels like bullying. To a certain degree, we should hold all games to a certain standard so that we reward good game design and discourage bad game design, but to what degree do we really need Nickelodeon games to be great, you know? And it all comes down to subjectivity, what mood you were in when you first played the game, how you generally feel about a certain game. Nostalgia is king in how we feel about these games. It doesn't make sense to ignore that, but is that all bad? I'm realizing that there is something within my nostalgia for these kinds of games, something that somehow transcends the standards I usually hold video games to, and I guess I'm trying to figure out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. On the one hand, it's fantastic that I'm able to find a sense of joy in something so insignificant. I think that's a profoundly human experience. On the other hand, it leaves me exceptionally vulnerable to corporations who repackage my nostalgia through remakes and reboots, churning out game after game while disrespecting and mistreating the people who actually have to make them, giving them little to no time and ridiculous requirements so that the game can't help but be bad and contribute to the landfill of shovelware that's already plaguing retro game store shelves. False alarm. I think the reason game criticism is on my mind is because I feel bad for preferring to play Rugrats Royal Ransom to BioShock. I feel like a fake gamer. But like, what does that even matter? I more feel bad because I know that there are objectively better gaming experiences that I'm sidelining in favor of several different versions of Nicktoons Racing. Games that are just more well-designed, have awesome communities, and I'm pretty well certain I would enjoy. I guess there's something intimidating about those kinds of games, though. I'm afraid I'll have the wrong opinion about a game, or I won't get along with the community or something. So I just default to easy, crappy licensed games from my childhood because I know exactly what they're about, and if someone tries to make fun of me, I can just be like, eh, f*** you, you're gonna nitpick a Nickelodeon game? But is my life richer for this? Is it poorer? These are the questions. And it's not like it's this overwhelming problem or anything. I'm still able to enjoy popular games when I finally get around to playing them, and I am trying to make a point to play them so that I can form my own opinions about them. I guess it's just making me seriously think about what role these dumb licensed games play in my life as I grow older. Oh, she lives. Oh damn, here we go.
Gentlemen, start your engines. 1. Go!
This is great. In a shocking turn of events, once it actually gets going, the game runs like a champ. Well, a champ with a broken leg, but a champ. It controls fine, the environments are rendered. It just takes f***ing forever to load between races. The first load time was half an hour, I am not exaggerating. And while I'd love to dissociate some more, there's probably something I could be doing better, so let's see what the internet has to say. Fine, I will. I did it. Oh, I did it. I got a Windows XP virtual machine to work on my computer. To any of you who've already done this before, this is not impressive, but to those of you who have no idea what that means, I'm basically God now. Let's play some Nicktoons Winners Cup Racing. Damn it, I forgot that's what this was for.
Let's race!
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, it runs better. I'll give it that. I won't give it anything else, though. This is a sorry excuse for a racing game, a Nickelodeon game, a game in general. The character models, not good. The music, not good. The tracks, what tracks? These are just maps with random buildings that you drive around randomly until it gives you a fucking trophy. They're not circuits. You're guided around by arrows, you don't even have to listen to them. You hit checkpoints. It's structured like a fucking race and midnight club. Why? Guys, this race style works in games where you explore the map in other ways and then go on multiple races that use the map in different ways. But this is a racing game. Why not make an actual course? Look at this game. Every judgment you're making is correct. At least they gave the characters voices. Scratch that, at least they gave half the characters voices.
Well, hello there. My name is SpongeBob SquarePants.
Mr. Denzel Crocker.
I don't feel the need to grace this game with any of my patented sympathy. I want to take a stab as to what the hell happened here. Here's my best guess. From what I researched, this game has been said to have been playable online. For 2006, this looks about right for a Nick.com game. Nickelodeon was doing a lot of these kinds of games back in the day, and there were some more fully fleshed out games that you could actually pay for and get them to download onto your computer. An example more people are familiar with is this old timer, the SpongeBob Movie 3D game. It makes sense if Nicktoons Winners Cup Racing was made to be a download-only online game and they just decided to slap it onto a disc to have something to put on store shelves. That would explain why the disc is only necessary for downloading the game onto your computer. Even then though, that does not excuse the quality. The SpongeBob movie game was released in 2004, 2 years before this game. It looks better, it controls better, it's a better game. It's not great either, but it's at least fun to mess around on. And Nickelodeon already had a plethora of games like this that left Nicktoons Winners Cup racing in the dust. Well, maybe not a plethora. The point is, I'm upset. I loved Nicktoons Racing as a kid. I built this sequel up in my mind for years, and this is all it is?
Alright, let's think of the positives.
Well, I tried. I don't mean to be mean. There's definitely people out there who loved this game as a kid, but to them I say, go play the original. Say what you will about it, Nicktoons Racing was a competent racing game. Good character variety, good standard courses, pretty dang solid handling, all things they just forgot about for Winners Cup. This is a horrible, horrible experience.
Well, this isn't exactly serving in my quest for enlightenment. Maybe my task is to see the other side, to dig deep into myself and try and find one way in which I am better for having played this game. Yeah, f that noise.
I am a full supporter of the idea that you can find good in any game you play. However, I do not believe that you have to. It does the heart good to find a level of appreciation towards something that you don't like, but you gotta pick your battles. I am surrendering in the battle to love Nicktoons Winners Cup Racing. I cannot overlook its shortcomings. If you can, that's great. You got one on me. Hold it dearly. It technically makes your love for the game more special, so you're welcome.
Well, enlightenment will have to wait for another day. I guess I get to move on to the modern Nicktoons Racing games now, since there's nothing between here and there. What's the moral? There is none, but the lesson is that you don't always have to find the good in everything. Sometimes it is totally fine to accept that you will not like something and let it return to the pit where you found it. Goodbye, Nicktoons Winners Cup Racing. Our time together was short and yet far too long. Well, just goes to show the person...